Okay, great to see you all. I'm John. I am the Norwegian representative currently serving in Oslo, Norway. And we've been experiencing plenty of encouraging stuff in Norway these past few years. It's been 2 years since we saw each other last time now. So we've been trying to use our time good. And one of the things that we've been doing during the pandemic is that we made a little observation that in the curriculum plan for all the high schools in Norway, there is a criterion that you have to have an inside viewpoint of Christianity in every school, in every religion, class of religion in the high schools in Norway. So we made that little observation and we figured, perhaps we can make benefit of that. And so we did. So we gathered an overview over all the high schools in Norway, like all of them. And then we actually invited ourselves to come to all of them as well, to have a Grill a Christian in the classroom. And we've got plenty of responses for that. So when the schools have opened up now, we've been invited to 35, 40 different schools only this 6 months. So only this autumn we will be attending 35 to 40 Norwegian high schools having Grill a Christians. I was participating in one just the last week with a school in the immigrant area of Oslo, and it was just completely mental. They were crazy, every one of them, but we had lots of fun, and we were actually able to come with a good perspective on Christianity in an area where they probably don't get too much good perspectives on Christianity. So that was one of the things that we've been doing during the pandemic, and it has worked very, very good for us. Who is, are you? Okay, could you please, yeah, sure, can you go? Okay, so in terms of missions, after the pandemic has ended, we've already had 2 missions. One was in Trondheim in September, and one was in Oslo this week. The one in Trondheim was especially interesting. They've done a tremendous job planning it and organizing it. And there were plenty of people showing up, especially because of the main speaker was a man called Thor Hovik. Some of you might know him. And the thing is that he's a phenomenal person. He's a phenomenal man. He is very intentional with evangelism, and he's very bright. He did his master's thesis on the resurrection of Jesus, and he serves as a priest as well. And when we tried to organize the first Nordic foyer, he was one of the committee members as well, but he phoned me and he said, "John, I'm not able to join you, and I can't tell you why." And I was, of course, starting to thinking about imagining all sorts of things, but he couldn't tell me why he had to drop out of it. But then I found out it was because he was actually attending the most popular reality show on television that autumn. So he became a celebrity overnight. He became one of the most loved persons in the entire country. And he's been using that role as one of the most loved people in the country. I'm not joking. To go around in the universities of the country and sharing the gospel, which is obviously brilliant. It's brilliant in one way because it gathers a lot of people, and he's brilliant. He's brilliant at what he does. We only hope that people actually come there and actually listens to what is being said rather than just being with him because he's a famous person. So, but I reckon that has been nice. So Trondheim was brilliant. Oslo as well. We had Andy Bansrud coming over. He did a tremendous job. We were really blessed to have Andy with us. There wasn't too many people showing up. That's sort of the problem in Norway, that we struggle getting people to come to our events. People are joining the Grill a Christians. They love the Grill a Christians, but they're not coming to the other events, and they are very hard to follow up. So that's probably the thing that we struggle the most with. But even though it's been a nice one. Please take the next one. Thank you. And we've already had 2, and we're planning mission weeks in these cities as well. Ås, Tromsø, Bergen, Sogndal. Molde has the first time ever mission week, and also Stavanger as well. So we're currently planning those. And also, what we have done is that every January we have a student conference in Trondheim, where we gathered all students all across the country. Many students show up for this, like 400-500 students. And the cities that we know that that hasn't organized a mission week yet, we try to get in contact with them and see whether there is opportunities to actually organize a mission week. And that has worked splendidly so far. And there has been organized many mission weeks out of that conference. Yes, next one, please. And one of the most encouraging things and one of the most exciting things that we've done the last 2 years is that we've started planning the Nordic foyer. So a couple of years ago, I was sitting here and I was thinking, this is a brilliant conference. I really enjoy it here. And what makes foyer unique is that, I mean, I feel like we're going so much in the right direction and we're so much in the same context. But also, I would very much like for many of my Nordic fellow Christians who has a passion for evangelism to join it. So I figured, why not try it in a Nordic country? And I remember gathering some of the Scandinavian or Nordic people in the top floor of the hotel in Bucharest. I remember you were there, Christian, and also Sverre and Daniel Joachim, and also Vitus, perhaps. We were there and we were thinking, should we go for it? And then we did. And the first time we had to cancel it due to the pandemic, but the year after, which is this year, we actually went through and we pulled it through. So we were 64 people gathered at a hotel outside of Oslo, and we had a brilliant time. We had a great time. Obviously, when you organize something for the very first time, things are bound to. Some things are bound to have potential to make it better than the next year, and obviously we had that same experience as well. But to be the first time, we were really satisfied with how it went. So that was a brilliant experience, and we really enjoyed making it. So we're making it next year as well. Yeah, just a regular photo from the Nordic foyer. Oh, and also a thing that has happened since the pandemic is that the Humanist Association in Norway has contacted us a lot. I'm not quite sure why. I don't know whether they see us as an easy prey or what is going on with that. But actually, just 4 times after the pandemic, they've been contacted us and wanting to do something with us. So I've personally been in 3 debates at the Humanist Society in Norway, twice in Oslo, once in Trondheim. And I was actually invited to speak at their annual summer conference, which gathers very many young atheists on the topic, why do I believe what I believe? And I was really looking forward to it. Obviously, it's the summer gathering for the Humanist Society. And just 2 days before, there was like a local breakout of COVID, so they need to shut it down. And I was devastated. But I mean, things are promising also when it comes to connecting with the Humanist Society in Norway. That has just come really straight out of the blue. So there are plenty of encouraging things going on in Norway. Are there any more? That was the last one. So we feel like there is a momentum in Norway at the moment, and we really look forward to seeing what the future brings. Yeah. Thank you.